hold on. No. Uh-oh. My plantains is ripening. No. No, 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 no. 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 Listen to me. Okay? There is something happening. Right? Where music has gone completely AWOL. Like, it even used to, like, rap, right? Let's talk about it, because I'm a lyricist for realist, right? Even if you say lyricist for realist, that rhymes, and you know, it can make sense. You see what I'm saying? Like, but it's not even rhyming anymore. Like, it used to be kind of like my Adidas, my Nikes, but now it's like you got my 500-pound life talking about put me in a game, coach. Let's do some drugs and treat women bad. And if he's not my bro, then let's murk him. What happened to brotherhood? But then it'll be the same type of people talking about, oh, it's for the culture. I remember when people were for the culture and was like, let's make good, positive music about our community, sharing with another. Brother, there's so many of us. Like a warning, like that kind. There is none of that no more. Like, and even if it is, it's not like mainstream. Like that brother used to be mainstream. If that's mainstream now, people are gonna look at that like you're a simp, right? So where did we go from lean on me when you're not strong, I'll be your friend, because we weren't friends prior to, I'll help you carry on, to if he not my brother, let's rob him. Like, just nobody else notices. So it's the same people talking about, oh, it's just music, oh, the beat. And then it's just like, the more I see people being okay with this type of like programming, not only like from a psychological perspective is it super scary, because that's conditioning and programming, but it's also like a trade-off. Like, you traded morals and a good home upbringing, especially if you were brought up in a good home upbringing, for a beat. Like, how easy is it to convince you to put bad stuff in your mind? And you could be like, oh, I've been through stuff, like he knows what I'm talking about or whatever, but it's just like, words are never just words, you know? Like, when you're in court, words are never just words. You got to be super careful with words. When you're talking to a baby, words are never just words. So why do you think, let's not even talk about court, right? Even though the same people that's talking about, oh, he's not my brother, let's rob him, trust me, they've been to court. The same babies that are aware when there's cigarettes around and they can't breathe and they develop a disease, the same babies that see thug life growing up and knowing like, okay, this person's alcoholic, this person's on drugs, like, people are talking about, like, there's just got to be another way. And I just feel like, I'm gonna really break it down. I just feel like, and I'm gonna just say it, So many people feel like there's no other way. And this is coming from me. Ooh, child. So many people feel like there's no other way in life than to get it out the mud or sell their soul for a couple million or a couple thousand, especially when they don't have anything or when they're trying to be seen. And I feel like a lot of our men are trying to be seen, right? Because if you hustle hard, even if it's slow, by the time you're like 60, you could be like, listen, I'm a grandpa, I got a beautiful family, you know, it wasn't easy, but I did it. There's something to be proud of. Like, you look at little baby and you see the yacht trips that he's been on that most of these models have gone on. Like, you're not going to make it into Hollywood unless you are doing something crazy. Like, you're never going to be Beyonce. Beyonce is not even Beyonce, right? These people are possessed. So you're listening to possessed people that have traded literally their soul. And I'm not saying that in a figuratively or, they sell their, no, I literally mean that these people sell their soul to be on radio, to be on TV. Like, what's his name? Travis Scott. His music is not even all that. Like, it's not. Big Za, his music, whatever his real name is, I don't know if that's his artist name. Like, they're not all that. Like, it's not even good music. It's just repetitive. If you heard it once, you'll probably be like, oh, it was cool, it was all right. But you keep hearing it, you keep hearing it, you keep hearing it. I can't name one good rapper right now that's out right now. I can't. Not even Wayne stuff is good. Like if it's not dissing somebody, like if it's not money, sex, or drugs, like, and it's the same thing. Money, sex, drugs, getting out the hood or going back to the hood, never forgetting the hood. Not in a, oh, let me give back, but, oh, I'm from the hood, I'm from the streets. Like, at what age do you grow up? This is coming from me. Like, I'm not saying I'm from the hood, but I've lived in the hood. You know, I've overcome some things in my life, and it's just like, there's some people that grow. I just had a conversation with an older gentleman today who looks good for his age, by the way. Hispanic dude, real cool dude, you know, but you could tell, like, if you know, you know. So you could tell, you know, but he had a good job and he took a lower paying job that was less stressful. And he came from the hood. So it's not like, I just feel like there's just nothing anybody could do at this point anymore. I just feel like, not saying that people are lost, but people don't care to know that there's a better way. And if they just don't have the discipline, or it's not cool enough to them. Like, being a good person is not cool to anybody anymore. Like, saying things that don't make sense is cool now to people. Like, that's cool to people. And it's like that's like if I wore makeup and it didn't make sense, right? Like, when I wear makeup, it makes sense. I'm cute. I highlight my features. I'm adorable, period. If I got surgery, it's over for everybody. Everyone's going to be like, oh, I want Tati's face, right? The makeup makes sense. You don't have to make it make sense because it already makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, I'm adorable, okay? I am. I'm Caribbean. I'm Southern. I'm cultured. And I'm adorable, okay? My character matches my makeup. My character matches my style. New York, how you doing? Okay, it all goes together. It all goes together. You cannot tell me it doesn't match, because it absolutely does. If I had a plantain on my head, you better believe I'm gonna have some type of Caribbean thing. I'm not just gonna be walking around like that. Doesn't make sense. And I just feel like not only do people just have like a plantain, just like not even a plantain. A plantain is too cool for the situation. It just sucks. It just sucks. Like I'm looking at men just give up on themselves. And to be in the psychology field and to witness the heavy increasing rise of people subconsciously give up on themselves, it is terrifying. It's terrifying. And maybe there'll be an era, hopefully, of people that come to their senses, and there's a movement of, okay, we realize this is wrong. We realize that people are selling themselves and they're not even profiting off. Like the people like Little Baby, he's not even himself. He's doing things he doesn't want to do. He's not enjoying it. These people are high all the time. All the time. They're not even conscious of the money they're making. It's like water to them, right? It's not even water. It's like soda. It's like soda. Like you look at people like that and it's like they're just drinking soda. Like the money they're making, it's like you drinking soda. It's just in and out. There's no nutritional value. Like you might get your kid a car or something, but you had to bend over for that. You're not gonna stay sober for that. I don't care who you are. Like even if you do that on a regular, like it's not about like bending over. It's about submission. So it's not about a sexuality. It's about possession. Like it is serious out here. And it's like in the casual things, in the casual music, especially rap music, like you gotta take the men away to then get the women. Like I'm looking at Sexy Red, like no, like no, that spirit, like no, like no. Even if you're gonna be doing outdoor activity, have some class, right? You can be a woman of the night with class. Do you understand what I'm saying? I just feel like there is a sophistication and a class about somebody. Like I'm not teaching you to be Miss Proper. I'm saying if you're gonna do it, have sophistication and class. If you're gonna sell what you're gonna sell, be sophisticated and sell, right? Don't dumb down people. And choose your audience wisely. Why are you attacking your brothers and your sisters? Like, is that smart? Because when all else fails, you don't have nobody else to bail you out except for the people that you have to bend over for. And then guess what happens? You're gonna have to keep bending over. And then you're not gonna be able to live at 50, 60 something with your sense of self. You're gonna realize I have nothing. You're gonna turn into a Whitney Houston. You have nothing. Nothing. Unless you got somebody bend you over. And that's gonna be your value. And listen, as a woman, you understand? As a woman, just imagine me. Like I can't even be happy unless somebody bend me over. Like I can't do it by myself. Like I'm not a real woman. So imagine you trying to be a real man in a relationship, trying to have a family. Like you cannot tell anybody nothing, because who are you? Like who are you? You're not a real man. Even if you like it that way, you got people telling you what to do, when to do it. So how can you be a man? So then that's how you must translate yourself, because it's gonna make sense. But let me tell you, a real woman is never gonna accept, you know, just bending over just to feel validated as a woman. That's not a real woman. A real woman is not beauty. A real woman is not the face. Okay, a real woman is a real woman without bending over, without makeup, without... She reckless, she bleed, she may not bleed, but she a woman, born a woman. You understand? So it's like, it's crazy to me how these men is turning into women. It's not just music. You think it's just music? It's not just music. These men is turning into women. These men is turning into women. They bending over. And when they bend over, the only thing that makes sense to them, how they could still be a person and sane and feel like they still in a body, is if they say, you know what, it's easier to be a woman because I think this is how women are. That's not how women are. Women don't have to bend over to be a woman. Women don't have to hit another person to be a woman. And I know in a lot of lesbian relationships, they is abusive. Women do not have to be abusive to be a woman. You can be by yourself. You must have woman parts to be a woman. You must grow. You must have a coming of age to be a woman. You cannot just wake up one day and say, because of trauma, I'm a woman. As a woman, I'm offended. I'm offended by these men convincing themselves that they women. Men have more rights as women than women have more rights as women. I'm in a car with abusive language talking about we gonna throw her away, we gonna do this, we gonna do that. Not talking about wifing somebody, just using somebody. And everybody praising this man like he preaching. This is church now. When you used to go to church, you used to feel like a spirit or something. You used to feel like, you know, a Holy Spirit or something. This is the new church now. People not going to church no more. People listen to this music and that's they preaching. And that's a spirit. And you thinking people not being possessed? You thinking people not catching a spirit when they listen to this? People is turning into women. Men is turning into women by the music that they listen to. It's conditioning. If your mother raised you to be a weakling, a wimp, if your mother raised you to be her man, you're gonna have a feminine side you're not even supposed to have. Because where's the masculine side you're supposed to have? Where's the side of you that want a family? Where's the side of you that want to have a wife and kids? If you don't swing that way, it's okay. If you naturally don't swing that way. But if you program to swing that way, you must unprogram yourself. You must stop listening to the same people that's telling you to do this. As painful as it is to stop listening to a certain amount of music. As painful as it is to tell your girlfriend, hey, stop listening to Beyonce. You see me? As painful as it is to stop listening to Jay-Z, because his music is trash. Like, people that tell you, like, oh. No, I'm taking the time to tell you, listen, because I'm going to die. You see me? I'm going to die. One day, if I'm not already dead. This is not even real. So, what am I scared for? Right? The Lord on my side. Who am I scared of? I'm taking a time on my phone, on my platform for my business. Right? Whoever watch it, watch it. If you don't watch it, it's just on my heart to say. You understand? Like, it's crazy to me. Like, people just in a simple Uber ride, it's conditioning. It's conditioning. And it's not hurting nobody but with your friends and your family. Because your enemies is not listening to the same thing. You think them people over there on the other side in the suburbs is listening to that? Maybe they are. But you know what? It's not affecting them the same way. Because that spell is only a spell for a certain people. And when that certain people don't have that certain men protecting them, then the women have to stand up and be more masculine. You think I want to be doing this? This is a man's job. You think I'm supposed to be protecting my people? That's a man's job. That's a man's job. And then the man is not even attractive no more. You think it's out of nowhere? People just dating outside their race? It's only this culture. It's only this culture that do this. Other cultures do not have to go through this type of lesson or this type of music or this type. You understand? Like, it's just now Spanish music is getting to be the not the Daddy Yankee. What's his name? This other one, Bad Bunny. Oh, it's a shame when I see Bad. I said, Little Baby is Bad Bunny. But you're dating women. You're dating women. You're confused. You're confusing the women. The women confused. Because the women say, the woman is just like, oh my God, he got money. He's cute. The women don't want to date simps. Simps is like, they too good. And then the women don't have a good enough self-esteem. Why? Because of the music. Because of the friends. Women don't want to not have friends. Women want to have friends. And you must have friends. So the only friends you can have is the same friends that listen to Beyonce. What's Beyonce telling you? To be a good woman to Jay-Z. What's Jay-Z telling you? To beat on Beyonce. Do drugs. Sell drugs. Stay back to the hood. Be conscious. Be for the people. It don't make sense. If he was for the people, you think he'd be telling people, oh, forget her, discard her? Make it make sense. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. You can talk all the mess you want. But am I wrong? I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. And you know what? I'm cute. And I'm going to stay cute. And as long as I'm cute, whether I just have this face, whether I just have this character, whether I'm alive or I'm dead, I'm always going to be the soul, right? Whether you see me, like, don't even look at me. It's the same message if you never look at me. You don't even have to look at me to see I'm saying the same thing. Can you see me now? It's the same thing. People too caught up in trying to be seen. I'm not trying to be seen. That's why I'm seen all the time. I look at myself. You think I'm looking at you right now, or you looking at me? I'm not looking at you. I promise. I don't even know your name, but you know mine, right? You know why you know mine? Because you're in people business and you're not looking at yourself enough. My confidence comes from the Lord himself. My confidence comes from the Lord. It don't come from makeup. It don't come from food. It don't come from my weight. It don't come from a man. It don't come from my parents. It don't come from money, because I've been poor. I've been rich. It don't come from loneliness. It don't come from being a mom. It don't come from none of that. And I love being a mom. My confidence don't come from that. My confidence comes from the Lord. It don't come from being clean or smelling good, because I be stinking sometimes. It happens. I'm a human being. I don't make it purposely happen, but if it happens, it happens. I say, you know what? Shrug it off. Something bad happens, it's a setback. Okay, shrug it off. Boss up. Nobody's gonna help me. If I had somebody like me when I was a kid, my life would have been a lot better, right? Somebody's gonna watch this and say, wow, you know, she's making a lot of sense. Somebody's going through the same thing I'm going through. But you know what? They probably hating. Because, like, why is she so vocal? Why does she feel she can have a voice? She needs to do this. She needs to do that. But listen, you're not paying my bills. When you pay my bills, you could tell me what to do. When you pay my bills, you could tell me how to feel. When you pay my bills and you're sleeping with me in bed at night, then you can try to influence me and my character. You could tell me how I could speak and how I can walk and how I can talk. Until you pay my bills, until you dying a cross for me. Until you die on a cross for me. Until you die on a cross for me. It's not me and you. You think in real life you could offer me any type of money? Like, who you think I am? In this world with demons, you think you could offer me anything that's better than what the Lord offered me? You think any man can offer me anything aside from the Lord? And I just like, okay, there's no man on this earth. No man on this earth that could offer me anything that if the Lord say no, I'm going to say yes. There's no child on this earth. If my child go astray, ain't no way I'm following my child. She gonna have to find her way back. If my best friend leave, I gonna give her a good book and tell her keep going that way. If my mother leave, if my father leave, they grown. If my husband leave, he grown. You're grown. You're grown. I come from too much to be chasing someone to say, hey, you see me walking this way with the Lord. You think I'm going to chase after you? Now, if it's a marriage thing, listen, I know this person, my husband. Let me prepare myself. I know he likes a certain amount of attention. Of course, you must chase after your man, make him feel wanted and desired and stuff. That's, every woman needs to work on that. Yes, you must chase your husband. Every man like to be desired. Every woman like to be desired. It's hard because it's an ego thing. Every child like to have quality time and stuff. You must have energy. You must figure out how to have energy and still have time for yourself and your man and this and that. And it's a process. It's not easy. It's not easy to still pray and cook and have money and all that stuff. It's not easy. It's not easy. I'm taking the time for people that's real. I'm not taking the time for no fake people. Yes, it's not easy. You think I don't talk like this? You think I don't talk like this? Then who talking like this? Who talking like this? If I'm not talking like this, who talking like this? When I speak to certain people, I can speak to anyone. Because, shawty, I know how to talk. I know how to speak. You understand? It's me. When I'm talking, just... And also, I look cute. So I don't mind looking at myself and talking. Because I feel like I might be talking to myself in the past. Or my childhood self. Somebody child gonna see this and say, yo, my parents not living right. My parents is listening to Fat Za with his huffing and puffing on the track. Can't even breathe on the track. Talk about put me in a game, coach. What position you gonna play? And you got young, attractive men. I'm not attracted to them. But young, attractive men, listen to this. Talking about I still belong to the streets. You must come out of the streets. How old are you? Like, you got 30-year-olds talking about... You're 30 years old! Let's talk about that. You're 30 years old, bro. Bro. You're 30 years old. And you're listening to that. When are you going to graduate? It's one thing to be like in a high school mindset, because a lot of people never leave high school. That's like their highlighted years. So they're always in this, click kind of thing. When you go to college, let's talk about it, right? When you go to college, there's a difference in education that you can just tell. Most people that go to college and graduate with something that's higher than a associate's degree, they don't really have a low self-esteem. I'm not saying college is for everybody, but it definitely does prepare you for the real world. And you got to realize that friends is not going to save you when it comes to getting a promotion. Like, yeah, networking might save you, but that's something you also have to like work on. And then there are some people that go to college and still have that high school mentality because they just are just, they're just dumb. There's some people that have the education, they have the degrees, the masters, the PhDs. They're dumb. They're just dumb. Like, there's nothing you can tell them because they're literally stupid. There are stupid people, and then there are people that just don't graduate because they don't have the discipline or they don't want it bad enough. Those people are not necessarily dumb. They just don't have the tools yet to graduate. There are people that are dumb. Don't get me wrong. Not dumb, right? Because I'm doing this all by myself. Ain't nobody forcing me to do this. You understand? It's my spirit and my spirit alone. I dare you to challenge me and tell me anything. Disgusting. I'm disgusted. I'm just like, it's gonna take somebody to say, yo, that's disgusting. You disgusting. You 30 years old and you listen to this trash. And I'm not talking about anybody personally, because like it was my Uber driver who was playing this trash. He probably don't even know. I don't know if he graduated high school. I don't know what his deal is. You see? I don't know. I got no clue. I don't know his life, but I do know at a certain, like, I'm 30 years old. I don't listen to Beyonce no more. I don't listen to Beyonce no more. You think I'm going to be 50 years old listening to Beyonce? At a certain point, like, when do you realize you got to, like, do your own thing? You got to listen to your own voice. Spiritually speaking, let's cut it. Let's cut the charade, right? Spiritually speaking, there has to be a time where you stop listening to other people's vibrations and other people's energy and make your own music and make your own energy. And then you have to fast from other people's energy and make your own sounds. Learn how to use certain instruments. Even if it's just off a sampler, make your own beats, make your own music. Use auto-tune, do something, but it has to be your own voice. You don't know what other people are channeling. You've got to figure that out by yourself. It is terrifying that people are actually aware that people sell their souls and still listen to that type of music. Gospel music. You see it in the cover art. You see it in Kirk Franklin's cover